Alex, I know you're not on the other side, but how much does it play into someone like Stroud mentally when they know 90 and 56 on the other side, and he's gonna be facing a ton of pressure?
Yeah, I think one thing we take pride in is just coming out and making splash plays and just getting after it. Every single game. I think that's something that is important to both of us, and just as a defense as a whole. When we can create negative plays and create splash, we're a successful defense.
I wanted to ask you a little bit about T.J. Watt's Defensive Player of the Month, but that doesn't happen without a guy like you on the other side. It's almost like a team thing, isn't it? That kind
of I mean, he's so deserving of that. He comes out, he proves why he's the best in the world every single week that he comes out, and so we all knew that was coming. One ain't gonna be surprised if he does it every month, and so. But it's awesome to be able to take the field with a guy like that, and so just like I said, he comes out every single week and he's consistent. And he shows why he's the best in the league.
Does this defense sometimes have a different approach when you guys are facing rookie quarterbacks?
I mean, I think for us, it's just we always got to control what we can control, and that's getting after him up front, and then just being sound, just all throughout the defense. And for us, it's just like I said, it just starts up front. Stopping the run first, and then being able to get them in those passing situations, and then get after them in the pass. And so I think that's what it's going to be. We got to stop the run, and then when we do that, we got to be able to get after them.
Where you already talked, but have new tackles. Is there a different approach, or do you look at it any differently? How do you approach when you're not exactly sure who you're going to be going up against?
Yeah, I just know whoever we have film on, just I try to study, all the guys, if we don't know who's going against, we look at different guys, who they played and stuff, and so studying each one of those guys is something, like for in situations where we don't know, just studying different guys I think is important, because you got to know who you're going against, and so make sure you study each one of those guys, is important.
What's the key for you guys to take what you guys did Sunday and carry it over into this Sunday?
I think it just comes starting fast again, I mean, we came out with a 3-and-out the first series last week, and so we got to do the same, and I think we can even just cause more havoc this week, and so we just got to be able to come out and create more turnovers, and we created a lot last week. We feel like we can do even better, and just really be more detailed, especially in certain situations of the game. So I'm just excited to see the step that we take this week.
Alex, DeCollis might be the guy starting against you. What do you see from him this game? His first start against you. What have you seen in limited tape?
Yeah, I've seen he's a big guy who's able to move, and so just been studying him, and so just. That's one thing I was saying earlier. You're going against the guys. You got to know who you're going against and know who you're facing. So just studying him, seeing he's a big guy, he's able to move, and so just got to. I think it's up front. We just got to be able to get after all of them up front, and so I think it's just going to start with us. Playing physical and playing fast, and just really studying those guys, and then going out and executing on Sunday.
Does Stroud look like a typical rookie, or what's different with him?
Yeah, I think he's done a good job of managing games so far. And, you can tell he's taking a step each game, and so that's why we just got to be really disciplined, in our drops and in our rush lanes, because he can run as well, so we can't let him out. And so, but we've seen good things from him so far. So we got to go out there and we got to face that challenge. We just got to go out there and play our team defense and play Steeler defense.
That said, I think the Steelers have won 9 straight against rookie quarterbacks. That streak dates to well before you were here. I mean, you think that just reflects the challenge for any rookie at that position, or is there something you guys do unique that those guys struggle with?
Yeah, I think it's we just preparing for any quarterback the same. I think it's just going out there and respecting all that we go against, and preparing. Every game is a big game, and so we just got to go out there. And we know this Stroud's had a good few games so far, and so we got to be prepared. We got to be on our P's and Q's going against him. He's able to sit in there and make some good throws. So we just got to be able to be disciplined on defense and get after him.
Apologies if you've been asked about this, but is it going to be weird if you tried inside spin and Kendrick Green's waiting there for you after being here with him the last few seasons, and obviously practicing against him in Latrobe and everything while he was on your team?
I think he knows that's one of my moves, but it's just definitely one of my one that I love going to, and so we just got to continue to perfect it. But just looking forward to mixing up with a bunch of different moves.
Obviously, you're teammates with TJ, but have you crossed paths with JJ at all, or gotten to know him at all through TJ?
Haven't yet, but I know he's coming for his ceremony on Sundays. So I mean, he's a legend. He's a legend in that city. And so, but just hearing a lot about him through TJ, I just know how much of a hard worker he was, and why he was so great is because he worked so hard and cared about what he did. You see the same in TJ, and so I definitely look forward to meeting him in the near future.
Things that you've heard about him through TJ and their relationship. Do you anticipate that TJ is going to want to come out, have a big game? I mean, that feels like the perfect kind of sibling rivalry. You get into the Ring of Honor, I have 5 sacks.
Yeah, shoot. I mean, TJ's going to ball either way, but I think coming out and knowing that his brother's going to be there in attendance is going to be he's going to definitely want to go and ball out. And it was cool a few years ago seeing that. Whenever they played, the Texans came here and seeing that brother rivalry was so cool. But it's going to be a cool sight to see. Thanks, guys. Thank you.
We hear a lot about stacking days. How do you go about doing that and stacking, trying to build on the performance from week to week and making sure that carries out?
I think from a team standpoint, man, like stacking days is just about communication. It starts with communication. It starts with being on the same page. It starts with making sure that, we don't waste practices and stuff like that. I think that's why we've been able to start putting everything together, and stuff like that. I think individually, sometimes you have to look yourself in the mirror, see what you need to get better at, see what they need to see more in practice and stuff like that. We have veteran guys, even myself, that's capable of doing that is doing that straining in practice and stuff like that, so we can show that we're ready to go for the game.
As a defense, you guys did a much better job shutting down the run game last week. Just what was the biggest difference in that?
Just being sound. We got to eliminate explosive runs. That's a big part. It's no secret. I mean, you just cut on the film. You're like, okay, they playing good ball until they give away explosive run and stuff like that. So we just got to continue each week harping in on that, eliminating the explosive run, playing sound defense, and from there, man, controlling what we can control.
What kind of running back is Pierce? How does he compare to the other ones that you guys have faced so far this year?
Man, last year I played against him late in the season, and it was a big eye-opener. I was like, man, this rookie running hard. I remember one play, he threw like 3 people off him. I was like, oh. I'm like, okay, like I'm not fit to play around with him in the hole. Like, I'm coming, and stuff like that. So I do feel like he's put a good resume together for him. I do feel like that if you lax on him, he will hit you with an explosive run and make you pay for it. So you have to be ready to go. And look, I played against Singletary too when he was at Buffalo. Singletary can do the exact same thing he's can. He's just, a little bit more, wiggly and stuff like that. But yeah, man, they got 2 good backs that can do it, man.
Joey, what does it say that you've kind of steadily gotten more snaps in games? I know you guys are using more dime, but I think you got maybe twice the amount of playing time last week as you have in the other 2 weeks.
Yeah, coaches is believing me a little bit more, opening up my role a little bit more, giving me more access to get out there on the field, and I'm just taking my opportunity every time I step on that field and just to show them.
Could you see your role evolve? Right now it's pretty much almost exclusively dime, but eventually down the line, are there instances you could use a nickel or other types of packages?
I really don't have a say on that, but like I say, every day I just come in and work, and in whatever situation they put me in, I just try to be prepared as possible.
In what way is the dime kind of good to break you in, a good way to?
It just really honed me in on one specific down, which is 3rd down. That's money down, so they just give me that task to really lock in on that throughout the week, see the tendencies, and so when I get in, I can make my plays like I have been.
What do you feel like your mastery level is maybe of the secondary of the defense that, if they asked you, hey, we want you to play more than just dime, that you'd be able to?
I feel good. I'll be able to play 1st and 2nd down. I've been doing it since OTA, so it's not nothing I haven't been doing. It's just something that they just don't have me in right now.
What was the challenge like going up against a guy like Devontae Adams? Does that give you some confidence to have some success against him?
Definitely. Devontae's been one of the top guys in this league for a long time. So to go against him and stack up against him and have some good competition is great. You always want that as a young guy coming into the league. How you gonna go against the greats? And I feel like I did all right, pretty good.
Joey, what do you tell your teammates about facing Stroud?
They asked me a little bit of stuff about him. I say he's a good quarterback. He's very accurate with the ball. He knows where he wants to go with it, and we just got to make our opportunities when they present themselves.
Do you take a lot from seeing him at Ohio State when you guys faced him, or is it different now?
It's kind of different, you know, because we're in the league, and college and the league is two different things. You know, people really don't understand that until you're really in this situation. So, I'm probably going to see a different C.J. Stroud, but overall, still the same guy.
Any moments or plays against him in college that stand out to you?
No, not really. No.
Is there something that he does well, and you mentioned the accuracy, but what is it about his game that you think maybe helped him translate that to the NFL so quickly?
Just him having confidence in himself, you know, just sticking to it. He's been doing it since he was a kid playing quarterback. So him just being confident, making the same throws he made in college, I feel like that plays over.
You know, you just talked a little bit about great players. You got a pretty great player next to you, and he's the defensive player of the month for September. You know, do you ever pick his brain? Like, how much do you learn from him just being so close to you all the time?
You know, TJ's not a talkative guy, you know, so there's definitely conversation we have here and there. You know, I try to give him his space as much as possible, just like how he gives me my space. But I always ask him, like, how was it for you as a rookie? Like, what were some goals or tips you'll tell me, you know, coming in trying to make a big impact like you did? So he gives me those little nuggets throughout the day, and I just try to take those as much as possible.
How about now that you're playing a little bit more? You know, I know Pat, he's a guy that'll watch film, look at every guy. What kind of things is he saying to you? Is he giving you kind of notes or pointers now that you're getting more exposure?
Oh, you said Pat Pete or TJ?
Pat Pete.
Yeah, you know, Pat Pete's always been on my side since I've been in the door, always trying to give me tips and nuggets, and he stays on that. You know, we come in earlier throughout the day just to get extra film work. He really just trying to help me understand the defense and what's going on the opposite side.
Thank you.